The Christmas holiday may be over, but whether Wall Street will make it into Kris Kringle's naughty or nice list is still to be determined. Yahoo Finance's Jared Blikre is here to tell us whether a Santa Claus rally is indeed coming to town. Jared.
All right, well, let's take a look. This is the statistical history of the Santa Claus rally going back to 1950. And technically speaking, it's the last 5 trading days of the last year, of this year, and the first 2 days of the next year. So given those 7 days trading history, you can see it's mostly green, a few red spots there. And so it's out of the norm to actually have losing returns over this period. So let's take a look at what's happened so far. This is the Dow, and we're going to look at 4 days into the Santa Claus rally. It goes back to last Friday. Up a whopping 38 basis points, a few hundred points there. NASDAQ actually still underwater, but less than 1%. And the S&P 500 up, but less than 0.5%. So kind of sideways trading action so far. Let me go back here and talk about the importance of the Santa Claus rally with respect to January, because when you take the Santa Claus rally plus the January returns and you add in the first 5 days of January, if all of those are positive, it points to a positive year overall. So that's a pretty important prognosticating tool here. Now, as far as January is concerned, if you go back to 2000, it doesn't have the best track record. A little over half of the time, it's actually negative. However, when you look at the presidential cycle, so we're going to be in year 3 starting in January of the 4-year cycle, much better odds. Going back to 1950, the Dow is actually, January is the best month, or the second best month. It is the best month for the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. And you can see the returns go from about 4% here in the S&P 500 and the Dow to up to 7% in the NASDAQ, and up many more times than it is down. So good to see that. The reason NASDAQ and the reason NASDAQ doesn't have as much history, it began in 1971. So all told, January and the Santa Claus rally, we're still in December, has very important prognosticating power for what portends in the new year. All of that to say that the presidential cycle is a tailwind. That's about 30% here of potential gains in January. If that comes true, well, we probably got a nice year on our hands in 2023. It'd be a welcome respite, I would say, from the current year, guys.
Most certainly. Jared Blikre, thanks so much.